And one thing, DAX was difficult in until 2022. Right now, there is ChatGPT and there is AI integrated into Power BI itself. So, to be honest, it has gone from difficulty to writing in plain English. How many of you have used ChatGPT or any other Perplexity, whatever AI? The ChatGPT, whatever it is. So previously, you like coding as well. You had to know coding in order to code. Right now, you don't need coding too. It's just pretty much automatic. You can do it automatically. So right now, you see this Copilot here. This Copilot, basically, it's like Microsoft, yeah, it's basically Microsoft Copilot that is integrated into Power BI. You don't have to remember all the functions and everything. You can just ask in simple English and it will do it for you. So it has become like very difficult, something very difficult to do to like writing it in plain English. Okay, let me connect my databases. Give me a second.
Sir, have you shared this it's an analysis in our group, sir? Data?
Data.
Sales analysis data, sir, which you have opened the data. Now it's
It is a continuous project. We
continuous
are not
project.
going. Yeah, we are from Monday. We are doing the same thing. We are not changing the data. It's the same. It's the same thing that we are doing.
Okay, okay. Means you have shared the data, means sales analysis data you have shared on Monday itself.
It is there in. Have you seen this? Where is for where is? If you seen this, this is the data. This is the GitHub where I download everything from. So we are using the same thing.
Okay, okay.
Okay, follow these. I have made this playlist explicitly for this because I understood that sometimes people don't come and they miss the class, and it's going to be very very hard to follow up the next day, and they're doing by themselves. Then they need some sort of assistance and all these things. So that's the reason I made all the videos. Every single lab session there is a video. So make sure you follow this up. Today we're going to go into DAX functions. So let's do not forget. Do have 2 days holidays. Make sure you done
Yeah,
do
I
all
will.
the four things.
I will show it, sir. I'll show it by Monday.
Okay, now the next thing that we gonna do is DAX calculation. So we have done some DAX calculations where we are creating a measure, we are creating a columns, we are creating a columns, etc. But let's go one step deeper into this. Let's go try to write some more better functions. I'm gonna click OK. I'm gonna change source color formats. I'm gonna change reseller sales target, reseller sales target. Click OK. Close it, refresh it. So this is something that happens. All right, let me go here. Yep, done. Now, then when I go back to my tables, I can see all my product tables, regions tables, okay, different things that I'm seeing. Okay, let's try to go into my instruction. Let's try to see what are they doing. So first one first, create sales person calculated table. Now, why are they creating calculated table? Let's understand what is salesperson. So, where is sales? Is there a salesperson? Yes, this is salesperson performance. This is the table that we have created. What are they trying to do? In the sales formula bar, open salesperson, shift enter is equal to sales. Now what we're duplicating the table. They are duplicating the table. So what they are doing is in the Power Query desktop in the report view, modeling ribbon, there is something called calculation group and say new table. So they are creating a new table. So in the modeling view, they are trying to create a new table. Let's go to modeling and say new table. So what is the new table that they are trying to do? They are basically saying copy repeat the whole table. That means they're duplicating. Now this is how duplication is done. Let's go, give it a second. Yeah, my table has been created. If you see this, the whole table has been duplicated. It's the same thing as sales. If you go to table view, you can see I have created a new table called table. I'll rename it salesperson. I'm going to rename it as salesperson. So salesperson is the something that is basically the duplication. That's the reason there is only I have duplicated the whole table itself. To be honest, that's not necessary. I think he just showed you how to duplicate it. That's the reason they are using it. So now anything different they are doing in the model view. Notice source person available. Yes, create a relationship between employee key to employee key, the relationships they are doing. Okay, that's fine. Now that's something that's not needed for us to I don't need to explain it to you. They're basically renaming the data modeling view. They are connecting different things because we have created a new column. You need to connect back. If you can't see it, I keep using this thing called fit to page. So we have created this. You have to reconnect this data. Let me pull this down. Pull this down. There is nothing that is connecting these two things, so we need to start connecting them. So create a relationship salesperson employee key to sales employee key and employee key. These are the two things they're trying to connect. Okay, I've connected them. Then you can, these are pretty much the basic things in the properties panel. Writing a description box, they're writing a description box. Salesperson related to sales, you can do this. Right click and say salesperson. These are all something that we have already done. Today I'm going to go focus on things that we have not done much and that you're going to need to complete this exercise. Now this is now recreate date table. Now focus on this. Doesn't matter what analysis that I are doing. The next steps that we're going to do, we are going to repeat that every single time you're trying to do an analysis. Every time that you're doing analysis, this is like a common step that we gonna do. So make sure you deeply understand why we are doing this. Now I'm going to tell you why we are doing this as well. Now more in any analysis that we try to do, any analysis that we try to do, we need to break down into, let's go note, they need to break down into years, quarters, then there is months, then there are weeks. What else do you need in terms of years, like let's say understand financial data. You're getting stock market data or you're reporting data. How are they? They're years, quarters. Now in India, what is a financial year? What is a financial year in India?
April.
April 1st to March 31st, right? This is India's. Every country is different. So now, so we need to understand that whatever date it is FY23 or FY24. You guys understood financial year 23 or financial 24? You need to know that because we are especially when you are handling sales data. Now someone asks what was your FY23 sales, total sales? We can get total sales. We can get total sales with respect to 2020. Total sales, what was the total sales? You will get it. But when someone asks FY23, what is the total sales? We will not be able to get it. Now they might ask which quarter, Q1, F, FY23 Q1. Q1 means quarter one, quarter two, quarter three, quarter four. Now someone will ask like in FY23 what is the Q1 data? How much did we do? What is Q2 data? We need to separate our analysis based on lot of financial terms, all these things. Now that is the reason we kind of create a table called a date table. We need to create a table which is respect to date, and we need to create all these things: years, quarters, months, weeks, FY, financial year separation, quarterly separation. All these things are like essential for us because we need to create those filters. That is why every time you do sales analysis, every time irrespective of whatever data it is, this is something that we gonna do every single time. Understood? Now, based on this, now let's understand. Now we are breaking down years. Years, we'll get a date from the dates that is provided. Where are the dates here? Let's go back to, where are the dates? Sales. Yeah, order date is given. The date is given for us. That is not a problem at all. Now the question is, how do we know if this comes into which quarter? 25th August 2017. Which quarter that does the belong to? It's okay. Q1, what all, which, yeah, they have given here. This is not India's. Come on. Okay, whatever it is. Let's for just for the example, right? Now let's say this is what we understood. Now FY. So January to December, what is that they're doing? FY. Financial year starts from. So that means FY24 is April to 31st. Now we know the basics now. Now the question is, I am basically there's a formula. I'm trying to explain their understanding of how do you conceptualize the formula. If you are someone from a coding background, this is not something very difficult. But if you are not from coding background, you need to understand the logic behind it. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay, so let's say which quarter is this? Based on the what we have here, August fall under which quarter? Third quarter. Okay, so once we have this 25th August 2017, which year is this? 2017 year, right? Now quarter is Q3. Now how did you know it was Q3? Let's go month as well. Which month is this? August. August is which month? From 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. eighth month, right? You have eighth month. Then you have quarter, Q3. Financial year is financial is FY to FY 17. Do you understand? Did you understand these things? The year is 2017. Month is August, which is basically eighth month. Quarter is Q3. How did I understand it is Q3? Basically, the months that are come under July to September are Q3. So that means August comes under Q3. FY 17. Now I understand April to 31st is that the financial year. So that means it is basically on a FY 2017. No, sorry, this is FY 2018. Now, basically 17, 18. 17, 18. Now, the question is, how did your mind think that this is, how do you logically explain this to a computer? How do you logically explain this? Now, I need a column. I need a column basically saying which quarter does this belong to, which financial year does this belong to. How would you do it logically? How would you do it? Anyone? Anyone?
We can set a flag
Month?
like if the date has like a March, you can set a flag as like in create a DAX formula.
So from this date, I can remove. I can extract month and year. I can extract month. I can extract month as August or number 8, whatever it is. Now I can say if the month is greater than 5 and less than 6, greater than or equal to 6 or less than 8, then is equal to Q3. That means I'm saying if the month, whatever month is greater than 7 or less than, come on guys, less than 10 is equal to Q3. This is basic logic. Now because the month is 8, that means it is Q3. Then I can write the whole thing, or I can write the same thing. If greater than 9, sorry, 9, less than less than or equal to less than or equal to 12, it is Q4. So that's the logic. I am telling the computer a logic that this is how you're supposed to do. Now we need to convert this into a DAX function. This is a logic. If something is greater than the some month 7 and less than, then it is Q3. If it is give me extract or the month and August. If what is the financial year? If it comes between April to March, then this is that financial year. So that is what we are trying to do. This is the logic behind it. Now we need to convert this logic into a formula. That is what we will do now. Okay, so like I said, the table is going to be very, very important all the time. So let's go back. So let's create a calculated column. Again, what is the column that we are doing? I'm going to create a new column. Let's go back to my Power BI. So I'm going to create a new column. Now what am I going to name the column? New create a new column. So what are the new column name? I'm going to name it as year. I'm going to name it year. So let's what we are doing. Do you guys remember the formula calendar? Calendar formula. Calendar formula. How many of you remember the calendar formula that we have created? Calendar formula, guys. Calendar formula. Calendar auto. Sorry, this is not the one. If you are creating a new table, always use what I kind of use is calendar. Calendar auto. Shit. Guys, please remember the things. These things are always practice it. Calendar. Now, this what will calendar do? It will check what are the dates that are available in the whole thing and create the dates for those years. This is the first step of the process that we always do. We always do. Let's go back to sales now. Now, what they are asking us to do? What they are asking us to do? Created a column on the table tools. Created a new column. So they want us to create a new column. Where we are creating a new column in the formula following. Basically, they are creating a new column. I think we missed one step above. Yeah. Yes, this is what we have done. Then what we need to do is create a column saying year. So let's go back to our calendar. Where is calendar? I'm creating a new column, pasting it. Now, what is happening here? What is happening here? Let's understand. Let's understand. I'm going to copy this first and let's figure out the next. Cannot find table date. Yeah, because it's not called date. It's called calendar. From here as well. Come on. Now, let's understand what is happening now. Then do not worry about the whole formula. Now, only need one thing. From this date, I need to collect the year from this date. How would I do this? I need a DAX function which basically extract date from this. Now, how do I do this? Now, I would say new column, and say extracted year. year. Now I need to extract year. How do I do this? Year and calendar date and close it. Now, what I got basically, what is the formula that I said? Hey, pull the year from this column, pull an year from this column. What it did, it added the year. Now, I'm going to say next column. I'm going to say next column. Basically, say FY year. Now, what I'm saying is add FY and calendar date. Sorry, not calendar day. I don't want date. Extracted year is something extracted year. Yeah. What is happening? What is the error? What is the error? What is the error that I got? What is the error I got? What is the error I got? FY. Yes. So now, first thing first, what I have done, basically extracted the year with the formula saying that, hey, extract a year. The function is basically year, and from this column name is basically it is from the calendar table and date. Now, then next what I have done is add fy. This is concatenate function that basically means I'm adding a particular string into this thing this year. So it is basically saying fy 2000. I'm basically adding fy everywhere. Now, next thing is I'm adding few more. Now the next thing that I am trying to do is fy year. This is what we have done. This is basically till now we have done this. Till here we have done this. Plus, if month, if the month, now let's extract month from this. Now let's extract month, new column. Let extract month. I'm gonna say month is equal to month from calendar year. Sorry, date. Where is date? Date. Yeah. Months. Yeah, I have got all the months. I got all the months. This is January month. This is February month. Yes, I got all the months. Now the question is, if if it is greater than 6, add month. That's what they are trying to. They're adding one. They're adding one. They're adding one if the month is greater than 6. If the month is greater than 6. So that is the reason. From 7th, you can see it is 2018. From 7th, it is 2018. How many of you understand what we have done so far? How many of you understand how what we have done so far? I extracted the month. Then I am saying if this month is greater than 6, this month is greater than 6, write down, add 1. Add 1 to this 17. Add 1 to this 17 and you will get 18. So I have separated every single step. But here what he has done basically that in the exercise what they have done is they basically wrote the whole formula into one. In the beginning, I would suggest try to do this, split the things and try to do it because it's going to be very hard to write DAX functions without splitting in the beginning. Now here, check this out. What have he done? He did the same thing. Till here, he basically extracted the year, added fy. This is what we have done. He directly did this step. Then plus he added an if function. Then he extracted the month. If the month is greater than 6, add 1. If a month is greater than 6, add 1. So that means it will add FY 2017 plus 1. So it will be FY 2018. So that is the logic behind it. That is the logic behind it. That's how, that is what he has done. That is what he has done from here.
So they are taking like July is the start of a financial year, right?
Yes, they are taking
Six
July.
month. Okay,
Yes.
got it.
Mm, okay, so that is, yes, that is one thing that you mentioned is, yes, that July is starting financial year. For India, it is different. I understand, but just for the sake of example, just follow it for now. Okay, now that is what they are given. The next thing is we need to create quarters and month. Then we need to create quarters and month. So what is the logic? We already, what is the logic with quarters and month? Let's try to figure it out. Here are the former user snippet file definition. Here is starters. Okay. Now, what are the thing that I need? This is something that now. Okay. I am gonna create a new thing called quarters. Why is it showing an error? Anyone can say? Why is it showing an error? Okay. Now, earlier we discussed this. How do we know which quarter it is? Basically, we are giving logic to it. Hey, if something is greater than or equal to, it is Q3. If it is greater than and less than 12, it is Q4. We are giving this logic to them. In the same way, we are now writing a logic. We are combining everything FY23 to Q3. So let's understand what is the logic that they are trying to write. The first thing first, what did they do? First thing first, what did they do? They have added the year, calendar year, okay, the calendar year and Q. So basically, two things they are adding. Now, if month is less than 3, add 3. If month is less than 6, as less than equal to, add 4. If month is less than equal to, add 1. So they are adding everything, and at the end they are adding Q. So they are adding with the Q. I know this is a very complex formula. Just understand the logic. That's the reason I said just understand the logic behind. You are basically adding Q1, Q2, Q3, and at the end you're concatenating both the things. We are concatenating both the things. Now, one thing that is missing calendar year is FY. They didn't add FY anywhere. They just added Q in the beginning. They just added Q in the beginning, but I'm seeing they didn't add the FY. Calendar year. Oh yeah, because we already added FY. That's the reason it's not coming. No worries. Yes, so basically adding FY 17, and if it is Q3, they're deciding if it is a Q1, Q2, Q3 here. That is how they are adding. And Q is something they are adding. So let's see. This is 2000 FY 2017 plus Q bracket whatever Q1 Q3 they are deciding with the month. They are deciding with the month. That is what they are doing. So less than 3 it is Q3. Less than 3 it is Q3. Where is Q3? Yes, less than 3 it is Q3. Now less than 6 it is Q4. Less than 6 it is Q4. Then again it went back to Q1. Now you guys understood what they're trying to do? Did you guys?
And 2, it is like quarter 3. If it is 1 and 2, like it's quarter 1 and 2.
So let's understand one more time. What is less than 3? Where is it, what is this formula? Month, calendar. What does this formula give us? What does that formula give us? Month of calendar date. Month of calendar date. What do we get? This. We'll get this month. We are extracted this month. Now, if this month is less than or equal to 3, less than or equal to 3. Now, so from 1 to 3. So month January, February, and March. January, February, and March. If that's something that is there, you will get the answer 3. You'll get the answer 3. So now from January, February, March, you will have the answer 3. Now then what are they adding? They're adding this FY 2017 plus they are adding Q. This is a string they are adding. This is 3. So FY23 is 2017 Q3 for January, February, March. From April, May, June, it is going to be FY 2017 Q4. If you see, from as soon as it went from greater than 3, if the month is greater than 3, it is Q4. That's because they added Q4 here. And similarly, added Q1. If these three things are not satisfied, just give Q, just add 2. They haven't given from less than or equal to 12. If you see, they didn't give less than or equal to 12, because if these three things didn't work, the last one is basically Q2. So just try to understand. Most probably this is going to be the same formula for all your tables that you're going to create from now onwards. So what usually people do is you just copy, paste it in a file, and paste it whenever you want. So, but understand the logic behind what is happening here. That is the thing that I wanted you to understand. The next one is basically mm, month. Let's go for month. I'm going to go for new column and say month. I'm going to say month. Again, same thing. Yes. Now, basically, I'm also doing the same thing, but I have changed the format. Here, I just gave the month 1, 2, 3, 4. But here, seeing, here, giving me a format in YYY and month. So that means it's giving 2017 and Jan, 2017 and Jan, all the things. It is giving in terms of the format of the year and the writing in terms of month. That is what they are doing it. Simple, it's the same formula we have used here, same formula that I've used. Now then they're giving month key. They're adding month key. They're adding month key. I need to change this into calendar. Also this into calendar. Month key is basically adding the month and year and month. That's the basic thing. You're just concatenating both of them. 2017-01, 2017-01. It's basically 2017-01. They're adding a key. Why this? Sometimes you have to match it. So that's the reason they're adding that one. That's fine. Now this is how you gonna write DAX function. This is how we're gonna write DAX function. In sales, pretty much they are similar. You want profit, sales minus cost. So if I need a new column, and I would say profit. If I need profit, I'm gonna say sales minus cost. I'm gonna hit enter. So I'll get my okay. Rename it into calculated profit. I'm going to get my profit. So this is how you're going to use the DAX function. So let's go back to our exercise. Pretty much we are doing the same thing, nothing different. Extracting the data, putting up the data, month key is given, complete date table. Yes, they have created a hierarchy as well. So we know how to create a hierarchy. Now mark the date table. There's nothing different they're doing. Save the date, average, they changed it to average. Okay, pretty much the same thing. Okay, anything new they have done? Yeah, they have given some measures. They have created some measures. What is average price, max price, median price? So how did they do? They have given the formulas as well. They've given the formulas. How did they get the minimum price, maximum price, etc. Same tax functions. So if I go back into my analysis, I go back to model view. I'm going into sales. I'm gonna right click and say create new measure. I can do anywhere. From here also I can say new measure, or else from there also I can go for new measure. So I basically want the minimum, a minimum. So what is the minimum? Let's go try this out. What is the minimum price? I'm gonna go into icon. 1.33. 1.33 is the minimum price that we got. Let's try to see. Let's go back into unit sales, sort it ascending. 1.33, we got the answer. 1.33 is the more minimum, the least amount. If you go back and see, here is 1.33 is the least amount. So get familiarized with how to use the DAX functions, understand why we are using it. So that's going to be our exercise, is basically trying to write different DAX functions to create measures. So you have done multiple things, average function, max price, all the things, the multiple DAX functions, as well as create different tables and columns. Okay. Don't directly copy paste this, guys. Don't directly copy paste it. It's going to be, because you need to understand the logic behind it. Understand the logic behind it, even in the future, because the AI has come right now. The AI has come in terms of writing DAX, but you still need to explain it, right? You still need to explain what it needs to do. That's the reason. Understand the logic behind what, how the formula is formulated. Okay, these are all the DAX functions that are given. So I want you to complete this DAX function, create these measures. These are the measures that are there. These are the some of the tables that they have created, with the date table and everything. They created a whole table. They created columns. They created measures. I want you to guys use this DAX functions, create the whole thing. Any doubts so far? Don't directly copy paste the formula. Understand why we are using the formula. Understand the logic, like the logic that I was explaining. Make sure you have the logic before you just copy paste it. Any doubts so far in this? The more you practice it, the more easier it gets to you. Pradeep, how about you?
Yeah, it's fine. Like, need to understand more like what the syntax is being used.
Yes. First, write it down by yourself, then try to paste it. Akhilesh,
Sir, I have understood somewhat, but can by making from day one I can understand everything. So I need to start the process by today itself.
do the project, do step by step. It is going to take some time, but once you have done it, at least you'll have the basic understanding of that, the logic behind everything.
Okay,
Next,
sir.
Hindavi. Okay, let's go back. What's your phone number? Yeah, because you are getting this error because go to file, go to options and settings, data source settings. Here you need to connect to your local system because you're using a starter file. That's what I said. Do not use starter file. Use a blank or you're starting from a starter file. That's why I said don't use it. Or else if you use it, you need to change this. This is my personal server. If you click on this and change, it will change. It is the data is following something else. Now you need to redirect every time you change something. Let's say this CSV file. Hit change source and browse it to your where you have downloaded the file. Downloaded. So this is where I have downloaded in my documents and everywhere. So you have to point to that direction. Even for the server. For the server, you can change the source and write down your server name and your database name. Then it will not give that error. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Try to change the data source. Hope you try it.